Tonight on Joe and Cheech, we have a special guest, Portland designer Kyle Poissonnier from Elykssor Clothing. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm actually really surprised that you nailed the name first try.
I asked your friends ahead of time.
Oh, you cheated. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Yeah, just, quickly, tell us a bit about this. This is a local business, and from what I understand, you're from Maine as well, right?
I'm from Maine, yeah. I'm actually from a smaller town than most people think. I'm from Smithfield, which is up near, I went to Skowhegan High School, and has about, I don't think we've eclipsed 1,000 people in the town yet. I think we're still at 930. So I'm from Smithfield, went to Skowhegan, and now I live in Portland. And that's where we're based out of.
So, and that's like the big city.
The big, yeah, and well, Portland's cool because it's a small city, but it's a big city from a standpoint of there's a lot to be had there, a lot of fashion and art and food and music, and a lot of those things thrive. So it's easy to, I have the guys that are with me in studio, Jason Bosch and Peter Bissell. They are two of the best at what they do, and I'm just happen to be good friends with those guys. So it makes what I do easier because they're so talented and they're right around the corner.
Yeah.
So it helps in that regard, and I really like Portland. So everybody's been very nice and so receiving of Elykssor when it came back from New York. So.
What does Elykssor do?
What do we do? Nothing really. No. I always say we're a lifestyle brand, and last night someone asked me to define that, and I guess I don't know how to define it. I just know that through everything that we do, we preach more of a lifestyle, which is pretty much there is no lifestyle. It's pretty much whatever you do is us. You know what I mean? Whatever, if you're a skater, if you're a musician, an artist, a teacher, anything, if you like what we stand for, which is just believing in yourself and self-pride and all those kind of things, that's what we kind of cater to, and we're really receptive of what people want to. I've taken it upon myself to ask people what they want from us, to ask what they want to see next, because it's kind of like when we do something, they do something, and when we take the next step in something, they take the next step with us. So most people have followed it for the past 4 years since its birth, if you want to say, when I was still at Husson, and to where it is now, people are proud to be a part of it because it's starting to kind of pick up some steam now. So
you mentioned that, okay, since we just played some music, it's kind of appropriate to mention that you have a hoodie just specifically for local artists that are really popular in the area.
Actually, we, again, I just always say that I literally am just doing things that I like. I get nervous sometimes because it's so much of what I like that I'm not sure if other people will like it. But Will Mallett's a great friend of Peter and myself, and he's the front man for the Mallett Brothers. And Dave Gutter was somebody I grew up listening to that a ton of people, not just in Maine, across the United States know. And I had the opportunity to meet him through mutual friends, and then Spose, obviously, too, who is still this big star, and he's gonna keep rising to bigger levels. And had him on for Elykssor TV, and we started kicking around this idea about doing a music hoodie. And so I was like, well, let me just get their signatures, and maybe we can do something with that. Mm-hmm. So I ended up putting all of their signatures on the forearm, and obviously putting the names on them. And it was the first time, people connected through these people. It was the first time that I had the majority of the sales that went in the pre-order were people I did not know, from, Alaska, Oregon, Texas, Ohio, New England, obviously, Tennessee. And they're all people that would include little notes, or then add Elykssor, and they were from, they knew Dave Gutter, they knew Spose or Will Mallett, so it was cool to see that people connected to what I really thought was going to be good. And of course we had this nice campaign with it that Pete did, and it was great. It really was great. It was something that I was a little bit nervous about, but it ended up being the best thing that I've done to date, I think, because everybody that was involved was really happy to do it. So
yeah, it's cool that those musicians were so widely known, for locals.
Yeah, it was great. Spose is obviously newer. Dave's been around for years and years and years, and the Mallett Brothers will be a name that you hear for a while. So I'm just happy that I got it now before they become big celebrities and I can't talk to them anymore.